The XBus compressor is KIIVE's take on the Smart Research C2 bus compressor. Now, the C2 is an evolved version of the SSL bus compressor and the XBus is an evolved version of the C2. You can say that XBus is an SSL bus compressor with very handy extra options. Even the interface resembles an SSL bus compressor. The plugin can work in mono, stereo left-right and Midside. That's nothing special these days, but nevertheless very welcome. The interesting extras are in the advanced section. Here you find a sidechain filter, but there's no external sidechain. The filter though is following a newer trend, and that is that it is not just standard high pass sidechain, but it also offers mid and high band sidechain filter controls. There's a complete saturation control section and you get both even and uneven order harmonics, and a tone dial. The headroom dial is KIIVE's version of the Smart Research Crush switch. This one will introduce overcompression, more breakup and more distortion. Dial this into taste or don't touch it. The plugin is zero latency and CPU usage is very low as well. I barely hit 1% on my system. Now when you enable oversampling, this CPU usage increases quite a bit. It got to 38% with 60 times oversampling for me. Now before we dive into the sounds, please make sure to subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. This video is made possible by DistroKid. Cover songs is probably one of the many types of songs you would love to do, but uploading to a streaming platforms is always a hassle due to copyrights and required fee because you cover an original song. DistroKid makes this very easy for you by offering the option to do this all for you for $12 per song per year when you have a DistroKid subscription. Use my link in the description to get 7% off of your first year on a DistroKid. The XBus can nicely gel and firm up a mix. Here the plugin changes the mix from sounding somewhat loose to very solid. Here's another example of XBus on the Master Bus. And this plugin really is sweet on the drum bus. This is that typical SSL drum bus sound. The settings of the plugin work really well, just adjust the threshold. You have to be careful at times how you dial in this plugin. It does not like to be really pushed. With very extreme settings, it can start to do all sort of weird things. Check what happens when you overdo the harmonics. The headroom dial, when you push to 12 decibels, also can do something odd on certain audio material. It generates a sort of resonating tone, almost synth-like. The ratio control is not linear, it has a very typical behavior. Normally it should work like as with this UAD SSL bus compressor. Higher ratios will compress the audio more. Visually, the waveform gets smaller. With XBus this happens. The 2:1 ratio setting compresses more than the other ones. And this changes throughout the different ratios. The 20:1 compresses almost as much as the 1:5. And this behavior is very audible as well. Since this does not work linear or logical, this means you must play with both ratio settings and threshold at all times. When you switch from stereo to mid-side mode, the sides get a level boost at default. It sounds like it's about 3 decibels too loud. Make sure to lower the level of the sides if you want your stereo image to stay the same. So yeah, XBus has that typical SSL compression sound. It has its quirks and you have to dial it in carefully. Try it out yourselves and find out if it fits in your audio toolshed.